So let's see who's going to hold Ellie today.
I have my Ellie.
Praisha. Before I hand Ellie to you, tell me what color Ellie is.
Gray.
Gray. All right. You can hold Ellie. My book today is a very silly one. It's called Purple, Green, and Yellow.
And red?
Nope. The title of it is just Purple, Green, and Yellow.
I see her.
But there are all different colors here. This little girl, her name is Bridget. And she's going to ask her mom.
Who make it?
Hang on, give me just a second. I'm going to tell you about Bridget real quick. She's going to ask her mom for something. So we'll see how that works out for her. Now, my author's name is Robert Munch. He did the words. And my illustrator's name is Helene. She did the pictures. So, Purple, Green, and Yellow. One of my favorites. Very silly story about Bridget and about all different colors. Bridget went to her mother. Actually, I'm going to take this off and put on my other one.
What? You don't like orange?
Oh, I love orange. But, oh yeah, I forgot to ask the kids at home, or tell the kids at home. I told them I'd be wearing my favorite color today, so they probably figured out that orange was my favorite color. And they can tell me later what their favorite color is. All right, here's Bridget, and here's her mom. Bridget went to her mother and said, "Mom, I need some markers. All of my friends have these markers. They draw wonderful pictures, Mommy. Please, I need some markers." "Oh, no," said her mother. "I've heard about those markers. Kids draw on the walls. They draw on the floor. They draw on themselves. You cannot have any of those markers." "Well," said Bridget, "these are new coloring markers. They wash off with just some water. I can't get into any trouble with markers that wash off. Can you please get me some of those?" "Well," said her mother, "okay." So her mom went out and got Bridget 500 markers that were washable. And Bridget went up to her room and she drew wonderful pictures. She drew lemons that were yellower than lemons, roses that were redder than roses, and oranges that were oranger than orange. And then her mother said, "Wow, my kid is an artist. She can draw amazing pictures." But after a week, Bridget got bored. She went to her mother and said, "Mom, did I draw on the wall?" "No," said her mother. "Did I draw on the floor?" "No," said her mother. "Did I draw on myself?" "No," said her mother. "Well," said Bridget, "I didn't get into any trouble with my washable markers. So now I need some new ones. Mommy, all my friends have these new markers. There are new markers that smell. They have ones that smell like roses and lemons and oranges. Mom, they have markers that smell like anything you can imagine. Please, Mommy, can I have some of those?" So her mother went out and got 500 markers that smell. And Bridget went upstairs and she drew pictures. She drew lemons that smelled like lemons. She drew roses that smelled like roses. And she drew oranges that smelled like oranges. And her mother said, "Wow, my kid is an artist." But after a week, Bridget got bored and she said, "Mom, did I draw on the floor?" "No," said her mother. "Did I draw on the walls?" "No," said her mother. "Did I draw on myself?" "No," said her mother. "Well," said Bridget, "I need some new markers. These are the best kind ever. They are super indelible, never come off till you're dead or maybe even later, coloring markers. And all my friends have them, Mom. I have to have them too." So her mother went out and got 500 super indelible, never come off till you're dead or maybe even later, coloring markers. And Bridget drew the most amazing pictures. She drew lemons that looked better than lemons. She drew roses that looked better than roses. She drew sunsets that looked better than sunsets. Now these markers don't wash off. Miss Wright has some of those markers. They're called Sharpies. Your mom and dad might have some of those. They don't wash off.
What? How?
They're just that strong. But guess what?
What?
Bridget got bored.
For what?
I'm tired of drawing on paper, she said. But I'm not going to draw on the walls. And I'm not going to draw on the floor. And I'm not going to draw on myself. But everybody knows it's okay to color your fingernails. I mean, Mommy paints her fingernails. So she took out one of those super indelible, never come off till you're dead, or maybe even later coloring markers, and she colored her thumb bright purple. And that was so pretty. She colored all her fingernails yellow, black, and purple. And that was so pretty. She colored her hands yellow, green, and red.
Why?
Oh. So, she drew on her fingernails. She drew on her hands. You want to see what she does next? That was so pretty. She colored her face.
Why?
Purple, green, yellow, and blue. And that was so pretty. She colored her belly button blue.
It will never come off.
And it's not going to come off.
Her mom say.
And that was so pretty. She colored herself all sorts of colors, almost all over entirely, and then she went, oh! She looked in the mirror and said, oh no, what have I done? My mommy's going to be so mad. Would your mommy be mad at you if you colored all over yourself with markers?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no, so she ran to the bathroom and she washed her hands. She kept washing and washing and washing, but nothing would come off. These were those super markers. So then she had an idea. She reached down way into the bottom of her bag of markers and she found a special colored marker that was the same color as her. And she colored herself all over. So now she colored herself all back to normal. And she went downstairs. Her mother said, Bridget, it's time for dinner. Go wash your hands. But Bridget was afraid that the special color she used would not stick to the colors underneath. And she said, oh, Mom, I already washed my hands. But her mother smelled her hands and said, oh, you didn't use soap. So she took Bridget into the bathroom and her mom started washing her hands. And guess what happened?
What?
That color started washing off and her mom could see all the colors underneath. Oh no, said her mother. Bridget, did you color your hands with the markers that wash off? No, said Bridget. Did you color your hands with the markers that smell? No, said Bridget. Did you use the super indelible, never come off till you're dead, or maybe even later markers? Yes, said Bridget. Yikes, yelled her mother. So her mother called the doctor and said, help! My daughter colored herself with the super indelible markers. I don't know what to do. Oh my, said the doctor. Sometimes they never come off. So the doctor came over and gave Bridget a big orange pill. She said, take this pill, wait 5 minutes, and then take a bath. So Bridget took the pill. She waited 5 minutes, and she jumped into the bathtub. Her mom stood outside the door. Bridget, is all the marker coming off? Yes, said Bridget. Everything is coming off. And Bridget was right. Everything was coming off. When she walked out of the bathroom, she was invisible.
How? How?
I don't know. Do you see her?
No.
No, just a bunch of bubbles. I don't know. Where did she go? She washed herself invisible. Don't worry, said Bridget. And she ran into her room and she got that special colored marker and colored herself all over. And then she reappeared. But Bridget, you can't go through life like that. You look just like a picture. Everyone will know something is wrong. No, they won't, said Bridget. Yes, they will, said her mother. No, they won't, said Bridget. I colored Daddy while he was taking a nap, and you didn't even notice. So she colored Daddy with that special marker. But look what happens when Daddy went out for a walk in the rain.
What's happening?
That special color washed off, and look, Bridget colored her Daddy.
Again?
All different colors.
He's gonna be so mad.
He's gonna be so mad
Yeah.
when he figures it out and he looks in the mirror. The end. Please tell me you would never, ever, ever color your hands or your face or anything else with markers.
All we should do is paint our nails with says your mommy.
Yeah, only if mommy says that you can paint your nails. But you would never draw all over yourself with markers, would you?
My mommy does
No.
lipstick on me.
Did she put lipstick on you? Well, let me tell you a story about one of Mrs. Wright's kids. My daughter Peyton, when she was like 2, she got a Sharpie. She got one of those super indelible, never wash off markers. And you know what she did?
What?
She drew on the wall. She took it and she scribbled all over the wall in my bedroom. Oh my goodness. Do you think I was happy about that?
No.
I was not happy about that.
On your blanket?
No, she just drew on the wall. So we had to go buy some paint and paint over it.
No, it's still there.
Well, we painted over it, but I guess if that paint ever came off, you would see the marker underneath.